3 matches. I think 3 matches. 3 matches could have changed the duel. 3 matches came down to takedown in the 3rd period, and they got it. So that was a difference, I think. You know, also they had a couple bonus point matches, obviously with the 25-pounder being the #1 ranked kid in the country, and our guy having to really do a better job controlling his weight. I think he learned a lot tonight of what it really takes to wrestle at this level against the best guys. It's an all-out effort in every single area, especially from a nutrition standpoint and a weight control standpoint. You know, Carson Powell, I thought he went out there and battled against a highly ranked guy, and he's right there with him. I think he kind of exposed him a little bit, even though he got teched or majored or whatever happened to him in the end. I think that gave Dawnia even more confidence about what that matchup would look like with them hitting heads probably in the Midlands or later on somewhere. But I thought our guys fought. We didn't have a high enough attack rate to give ourselves the best chance to win. I thought Leland missed a big score in that match when he had a leg in the air. You have to be 100% when you get a leg in the air, and he missed that action, and then he was taken down late. The guy got to his offense before we did. Again, our attack rate has to be a little bit higher to give ourselves the best chance to win. Would have liked to see a lot more out of Earl. I would have liked to see him really try to dominate a match instead of just try to win. And so, you know, the conversation with him is like, well, you got to figure it out, dude. You know, we're telling you what to do, and we're asking you to do X, Y, and Z, but you're not connecting to, you know, the things that we know you're capable of doing. And so, maybe we get through these finals and get him some good hardcore training in, and Midlands will be an opportunity for him to open up and showcase really some of the skills he has. But again, just not getting off enough attacks. You know, Marcus Harrington, I think he thought it was going to be easy. He beat up on Cash probably throughout high school in their training, and I think he thought it was going to be easy. And you're going to get winded. You're going to get tired when you let the guy hang on your neck and snap you and fake you and snap you and fake you and snap you and fake you. But he showed some heart, just sucking it up and finding a way to win. His attack rate was high, but they weren't great attacks. But Marcus' condition is going to get better. He's getting to be 100%. He's not quite 100%, but these next 2.5 weeks, we're going to really, really condition him hard with the hopes that he'll be ready for the Midlands. But disappointing not to come away with those close match wins, but encouraged with the effort of our guys. I thought they fought pretty hard, and I thought that if they can make some connections to the things that we work on every day, it's going to make us that much better.
What do you got to do to win those close matches?
Get a takedown. Go get a takedown. Shoot first. Finish the actions that we take. Really, you know, we work on our go-to attacks. What are you going to do with 5 seconds left, 10 seconds left when you have to score? And what happened was they got their offense off before we did. You know, in Leland's match, you know, every time Leland shot, for the most part, he came pretty close to getting to a score, and he just didn't get it off because he can shoot and run to the body. He can shoot and go seat belt. He can shoot and actually take you down with the leg attack, and so he just needed to get it off. And you know, Dane, another guy that has to really tie into the nutrition, being disciplined with the nutrition plan, and stop putting himself on a last 3-day weight cut plan to get there, because it's taken away from his technique, and it's taken away from his energy level that he actually needs against tough opponents. I think that was a pretty even matchup. Dane's got great attacks, and he didn't get one takedown, and that's a little frustrating for me, and even Lee to a certain extent. You know, he's got good attacks, and only get one takedown is frustrating. Earl, you're only getting a couple takedowns, so we got to keep building to attack more, feel good, feel better about our conditioning level, where we really can get after it. We don't train 2 different teams, and so if you see one guy in great shape and one guy that gets a little winded, something's wrong. I thought Colson de Blasi showed a lot of grit out there. That style will help him win matches, but it will expose him sometimes too. I mean, he might have put himself on his back. I don't know. I don't know how he got there, but I think his head got close to his knee and he got cradled. And then him he's thinking about scoring from the cradle, and I think he probably put himself there more so than the kid. But I really was happy with his energy, his intensity level. I mean, with that kid ranked number 4 in the country, I think that's just going to give Colston a little more confidence. I think you also seen we still have to get that baseline defense sprawling a little bit better and not letting guys get to our leg so easy. And if he can start doing that a little bit more, keep that match, length of that match out a little bit, I think he's going to give himself a great chance to be a performer at this level. We got to tighten down a couple areas, but he showed the level of conditioning that our whole team really should show against guys that are supposed to hang their hat on conditioning.
Kevin, was the plan not to use Dawnia all the way, or were you going to let the duel play out?
My plan was I didn't want to use him really. If Leland wins, I probably would have thrown him out there. But he's not trained. He hasn't trained a whole lot. He is coming off an injury, and he had wrestled that kid a couple times before, so he actually knew what he was capable of doing with him, whether he's in great shape or whether he's not in great shape. So if Leland wins, I might throw him out there. But we're also thinking that Marcus is going to probably have a little stronger match than he had, so it really wouldn't have mattered. I think the smart thing for me was I need him for the second half of the season. I don't need him to get injured in a dual meet against a number 2 ranked team in the country. Get injured, and then he can't wrestle in the Midlands, and he can't wrestle Arizona State, he can't wrestle Oklahoma. I didn't want to put him in that position. I didn't want to put our team in that position. So in the back of my mind, I never really wanted to throw him out there. But we win those 3 matches, I'll probably throw him out there. That's just me trying to win a dual meet. But I'm happy that we didn't have to use him. I still think we had a great chance to pull this upset off if those guys go get that takedown in the 3rd. And fortunately, we didn't get it.
Where are you at with 41?
Gabe is still in the mix. John's competing pretty well. I really would have liked to seen him pull that match out. John normally, you throw another Iowa kid out there, especially the same year and that he knows. He normally, beats Iowa kids when he wrestles Iowa kids. Guys from the state, that he's grown up with. But it's still a weight class that's up in the air. Neither one of them have qualified for the nationals. They both have not real strong records right now, and they've both shown that we have a lot of room for improvement. I think John's growing and he's getting better. He's a competitor. I think he could really improve a little bit more, and I think he could score some points for us. And then we got Gabe, who's kind of a proven performer, but he hasn't gotten back to the Gabe Marino that we know and love yet. And so we've kind of changed up his plan with really focusing on getting a little bit stronger, a little bit bigger, not having to worry so much about nutrition. And then we'll throw him out there at Midlands. We'll throw them both in at Midlands, and we'll see what we really, really have. Because I need somebody to step up there. We really thought that weight class was a pretty solid weight class coming into the year for our team, and it's yet to pan out that way.
Kanan was listed as a possibility.
I just threw that. I just did that. We didn't even weigh him in. I just threw it out there just to throw it out there because I know based on my history a little bit, guys are like, he might pull it. Although I do think Kanan would have performed pretty well in this environment. I think you see me bring a bunch of freshmen in just to support the team and put them in this environment, and they loved it. And I'm excited about seeing where their head and their mind is at as they look at competing in Carver. In 2 years from now. So I was happy that I brought those kids down to feel it and to hear all the the heckling that the fans give Iowa State. And so and Kanan loved every minute of it. So I just put him on. We didn't even weigh him in.
Take one more question.
I just threw him on there. We good?
Is there added pressure with this series? I mean, you guys haven't won one of these in quite a while.
Come on, man. I know that. Come on, man. You gonna put me on the spot like that? Is there added pressure? What do you mean? Everything's added pressure. Where Iowa State, man, it's pressure all the time. But is it the kind of pressure that's gonna keep me up at night or make me think that I gotta, go into Jamie's office tomorrow morning to discuss, a 1-4 season at this point? It's not that kind of pressure. It's the kind of athletic performance pressure that I put on myself, in the expectation that, you know, I see the potential in these guys, and I see that if they really, really put their heart and soul into the match and go to war, they have a great chance to win. And I think we were that close from really, in those 3 matches, putting that in there and finding a way to win, finding a way to knock off a number 2 team. I mean, we haven't had a strong season to this point, but heck, I definitely think that you would expected us to be in a competitive dual meet with the number 2 ranked team, but we were that far away from it. So I don't feel the pressure from you know, having to beat Iowa. I mean, if you look at the history, they got, you know, they got a lot more wins in this series than we do. But I just feel the pressure from an athletic standpoint that I feel like the guys in our team can compete with these guys and they can beat them. Unfortunately, we lost some very close matches today. But I also know that we got some guys coming through the pipe that's going to give Iowa State the best chance to get back in this series and make it a legitimate rivalry. So I don't feel that kind of pressure. I just feel the pressure that I want to win, man. I want to beat these guys. I want to beat them. I watch the videos, and you know, they got their kids. Their kids are sounding like their coaches a lot of the times, as far as, you know, the communication that they're directing at Iowa State and our wrestling team and our athletes. And so we feel pressured to perform more so than, you know, win or lose. But we can walk away from this match saying, we were close, man, but did you wrestle your best? And I can't say our guys wrestled their best. I feel that pressure. Let me get these guys. We got to get these guys to wrestle their best, their very best. And we get there eventually. You know, most of the time at the National, we'll outperform our seeds, but we want to get there. We need to get there now. We need to get there at Midlands, and then we need to get there against Arizona State. Then we need to get there against Oklahoma and Oklahoma State. And then we need to get there against Minnesota, and we need to get there at the Big 12 championships. And it's a process to get there. But I expect my seniors and juniors to be a little bit ahead of that. That's why I was a little disappointed that we didn't get off enough attacks. So pressure, you know, I've been under more. I've seen more pressure, a lot more than most. Thought?
Thanks. Okay.